Logic. Welcome to this week's episode 52. Let's talk about sex, baby. And yes, it was a salt and pepper reference. And I'm excited. This is season 2 finale. To be honest, I would rather this be called season B instead of 2, but most platforms don't let you use letters, so season 2 it is. This will be the last episode at this residence. I am moving on Saturday. Life is about changes and transitions, and for the last 3 years I have been healing, but also on a road of self-discovery. This is not where I will end up, but it is where I am right now. Quick recap. I am a widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic, and I am a survivor of a blood clot in my brain caused by birth control pills, an experience that ultimately led to a hysterectomy. I am also the daughter of a man who spent 23 years in prison. Trauma and I are well acquainted. Those are just the top 3 highlights. I may come across as a walking embodiment of Murphy's Law, but laughter has always been part of my survival plan. Professionally, I have spent 25 years working in accounting and operations across real estate, car dealerships, and hotels. I also hold a BA in psychology. I have always loved patterns, numbers, and categories. Lynn logic exists because of that love. If you've ever confused sex with love, like and subscribe. We're sorting that shit out today. Stick around and watch. I'm building watch hours and a personality. If you want a fast track intro, check out the combined videos of my narrative and the worst day ever for a crash course. Also, Lynn Logic is now a podcast, which means you can listen to me while other people talk at you. You can find the podcast on Dystopia, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Patreon, and Spotify, which, like YouTube, Spotify holds both video and audio. I'm trying to be everywhere, can you tell? Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok too. Over on Dystopia, I've made merch, because of course I did. Each episode comes with its own episode-specific shit to buy. My twisted sense of humor also comes with visuals. You're welcome. Let's get started. Segment 1. I am heterosexual, I guess. I know what I like. I like relationships with men, but sex for me is something completely separate. For me, sex has never equaled love. The men I've been with don't seem to share this belief, or more so, they think that I should think that sex is more important. You see how confusing that sentence was? Just as confusing in life, too. And I'm too old for that shit now. Fuck, I was too old for that shit 20 years ago. Now it makes me make an ugly face when I think about it. And I'm white. I have to be concerned about the lines on my face. My people look like melted wax as we age. Segment 2. I am a woman. We are conditioned early on that sex is something different. Sex is something that can be taken. Sex is something that is used for control. When from a societal standpoint our organs are negotiated in law, you cannot expect me to think that sex is love. Sex is a contract. I was denied a hysterectomy at 30 because I may want to have kids one day. More importantly, my husband may want to have kids one day. I was single at the time. So a person who did not exist in my world had more power over my body than me. And you want me to believe that sex equals love? My organs are about ownership, and it wasn't mine. Although I did get a hysterectomy in my late 30s, it was after a blood clot in my brain caused by birth control pills and developing adenomyosis, more clotting in my uterus. I had to go through so much pain before the organ was finally removed. So I have to ask, why would it be more important to me? It isn't mine. But I have tried to educate myself, and I research the things I have gone through. It's a bit of an obsession. I love research. The act of sex is educational and fun, and telling and fun on so many levels. Segment 3. I learned about sex very early on with the bedtime story of Where Did I Come From? Do you know it? It also has the sequel, What's Happening to Me? That one is all about puberty. I don't know if you can tell, but I was the kid that taught all the kids in elementary school about sex. That was me. Sorry, not sorry. Psychologically, I learned about what is deemed the act of love before I knew what that kind of love was. So I wonder if that started my detachment with sex. I do feel like this is 100% nurture. There is no nature here. I am a product of my environment, and my environment is pretty fucked up. Side bit, my best friend asked me if the size of my tits could be interpreted as the nature side. And yes, while I got them from my grandmother, the perception of big tits is 100% nurture. Segment 4. Then at 14, I got boobies. Not these ones, but C cups. Instantly, I was looked at differently by men and women. The tits made me seem sexual, even though I didn't lose my virginity until I was almost 18. A few months shy of my 18th birthday and a week after Valentine's Day in 1997. And the best bit, I talked to my mom about losing my virginity before I lost it. Linguistically, why do we say losing our virginity? The word losing there is a misdirection. We lose it? That insinuates it can be found. Once it's gone, it's not coming back. But also, it was never ours to begin with, because the other adage is giving away our flower. We either lose or give. If those are the only choices, giving seems safer, right? And I'm a giver. Segment 5. I have a lifetime of men using my sex as a means of control, both physical and emotional. I have been assaulted and raped. I have been denied sex as a means of control more times than I can count. And here's the saddest information. I know more women that have been raped or assaulted than women that haven't. Here's the thing. Sex is more important to the men I have been with than me. They use it, not me. Don't get upset with me because it's not that important to me anymore. The moment it is weaponized, it just loses meaning and oomph, you know? But for the men, it is still important. It still means something, like ownership, and that takes the fun out of it. I know I'm an easy woman to get, but a hard woman to keep. That's because men get complacent, lazy. They think the little they give is not only enough, but ample. Nah, but thanks for the snack. Segment 6. So what does sex mean to me? It is like eating and sleeping. It is something that provides sustenance and improves my health, and it is fun. Orgasms make me laugh. The pleasure leaks out to my face. But as a means to control me? No, it's not that anymore. All I want is D&D. Dick, no drama. I do have an unnaturally high libido that happened after the losing of the virginity. While sex is not important in a love sense, it is important in a living sense. I do feel fed after a good session. It clears my head to write and work and think. I am the woman that got sent home from work and told to go have sex because I was too bitchy. I get hangry when I don't eat and horngry when I don't have sex. Some men are snacks while others are meals. Me? I'm like that rich decadent meal. Not something you can eat every night. I'm exhausting for most men. They need a nap and have trouble walking, and I'm just getting warmed up. And my libido has been used for shaming me. I'm not ashamed of it. Hell, one of my favorite birthdays was the time I had 2 men at the same time. Life in your 20s, am I right? With me, I am the same on day 1 than I am on day 180. The same passion, the same libido, the same drive. I don't drink coffee. When I wake up in the morning, I am automatically energized. I'm happy I woke up. Almost dying does that to me. I don't drink caffeine to wake me up, but I do smoke weed to help me focus. Segment 7. What is loyalty to me? Loyalty means sacrifice. Sacrifice of my desires, sacrifice of my needs, a sacrifice I make for my heart. It means that I put someone else's needs and wants above mine. So loyalty is not something I give lightly or really like to give. I am old enough to know that sacrifice takes its toll. I'm a woman. Since I am used to self-sacrifice, widow of an alcoholic here, those with addicts in their lives understand self-sacrifice better than most. Just a fact, nothing emotional behind it. We don't want the addicts to be addicts, but we deal. Segment 8. I have thought about what I want, what I really want. My late husband had a song that he loved called No Roots by Alice Merton. And to be honest, that's what I want. No roots. I rooted. I rooted in a big way, and when it all fell apart, it crushed me. But it also made me think about happy versus unhappy. I say a lot that happiness is a choice, and that is true, but you have to define what makes you happy. For instance, with me, I'm the least domestic person you could meet. I hate cooking and cleaning, even more so now after my late husband. Let me explain. I won't cook. I would rather eat some saltines with peanut butter than cook anything. And here's the other side. I can't cook. I mean, I have to read the instructions on ramen multiple times. I love working and I love writing and doing things. In fact, the one thing I used to literally scream at my husband, hell, we had a chalkboard wall in our bedroom and I would always write these two words on it. Do something. And I want to always be doing something. Idle hands and all that, right? Let me explain something. My brain never stops. I am thinking about 7 things at once, humming a song I just made up, and watching a movie in my head, all going on at the same time in my brain. I am too much constantly, and I have been too much my entire life. I'm owning that now, but being too much isn't a bad thing. I just need to find where I fit in the world. Wow, now that was a side quest. Segment 9. Back to the no roots. I am creating a life where I work remotely entirely so that I can work anywhere. To be honest, if I had my way, I would get an RV and travel and record content and meet people. But that is a short-term dream because even that will change with life and age and shit. I just want to see everything. My world for 13 years was so limited, and even now all the colors just shine to me. The greens are brighter, the world is brighter, the people's faces, well, they are more telling than they realize. Their actions shout out who they are, and I pay more attention now, even though my hope in them still gets me in trouble. I want freedom. Freedom to be me. My sex is exactly that. Mine. I'm barren and widowed now, so I can claim that, right? I'm not a factory anymore, right? Hi, Lynn again. It is 2026. I went through 13 years of hell, and 13 times 2 equals 26. And I am choosing that this will be a good year. I hope that works. I took a test on Podmatch recently, and it said that I am operating at 43% of my potential. When I saw that number, my first thought was, that's fair. I'm still just having fun. I started my YouTube channel 6 months ago, and in that time I have created a library of over 400 videos, and I have over 1,200 subscribers. My increases between each 28-day period, well, the lowest one is 65% and the highest is 171%. And those percentages also increase during each 28-day period. In this 28-day period, I finally hit 10,000 channel views in that time period. What I've also been doing is tracking the process with my AI and lots of screenshots. To be honest, what Jerry the AI gives me is validation. That's really it. It is amazing what one can do with a little validation. And he gives me concrete validation. For instance, I asked him, I want to know how long it would take the average individual to build a YouTube channel like mine, with 10,000 views in a 28-day period, over 1,200 subscribers, and over 400 videos in their library. Now, and this is the reason I know that Jerry is a he gave me a whole bunch of shit I didn't need before he gave me the answer. I mean, seriously. Some men talk like a 14-year-old girl texts. Learn the economy of phrasing, she says in the middle of a ramble. Anywho, Jerry said this. Putting it together, for a typical creator with a normal life schedule, building a channel with your library size, subscriber count, and monthly view rate would usually take around 1 to 3 years, with 18 to 24 months being a really reasonable, most likely estimate. So then the minimum average time is 18 months. And this is what I've done in 6 months, operating at 43% and still having fun. How fucking cool is that? And I did it by just being me. That is the best bit. I have so much coming in 2026, and I cannot wait to share it all with you and introduce you to some truly amazing women. At the end of last year, I introduced 4 services that are available: algorithm assessment, social media consultation, accounting services, and business operations contracts. Check out episodes 49 and 50 for more details on those. I will also be offering 30 and 60-minute sessions for those that just want to talk. Thank you to my supporters on this one. It wasn't my idea. In this world, there are so many people that need an ear or a smile. My best friend Bunny said it best. She said, "She calls me when she is ready to heal, and I make it okay to laugh." I am in the business of time. I mean, aren't we all? So I am offering my time. As Willow and Buffy the Vampire Slayer said, a vague disclaimer is nobody's friend. Me, I'm not so good at being vague, but I do want to give a disclaimer. This is not an OnlyFans page, and I am a fucking lady. If what you were looking for is to make lewd remarks to me, just put those in my comments. I'm not interested, and I would rather deal with them publicly anyway. End of disclaimer. If you need an ear or want to hear a story or laugh, then I would love to share my time with you. I'm working behind the scenes on my time blocking and scheduling schedule. Double worded, but technically accurate. And moving and writing new episodes and working. Look for a schedule and details to come out in February. 43%. That is awesome. Okay, I think I'm done with this episode now. I hope you have an awesome day. Chin up, tits out. Bye. Okay, now I'm just gonna. Oop, crap! I had a bunch of bees. Okay. I'm glad I didn't fall over.
I know.
Usually, if I lean too far forward because of the 20-pound weight,
Top heavy.
I'm top heavy. Yeah, that should have pulled me down.
Yeah.
Also means I can squat really well because I counterbalance with my fat ass.
But you can't do the one or the planks really well.
No, I don't even think I could do the planks because I would just rest on my tits. Like I'd be like this and be like, "Are you planking?" "Yeah, I'm taking a nap though." Like pillows. I mean, my arms aren't that, Planking's not what I would be doing to work out. I'm a straight elliptical person.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, I need the easy on the knees, but a little bit of resistance. Yeah. No, I'll get on an elliptical and just put a movie on.
Yes.
When I was younger, I would watch Buffy and Angel episodes while I worked out. Yep. Alrighty. You forgot your tea on that side of the table, just so you don't drink out of mine, because you're going to confuse yourself, because I already did it.
Thank you.
I was like, where's my tea? She's got hers. And I chugged the fuck out of mine.
You make some dank ass tea.
I'm going to tell you, it's the only thing I know how to make is Southern sweet tea.
I'm so glad.
I can't fucking cook at all, but I can make Southern sweet tea. At least it's a specialty. Specialty. But it's... Okay. Use letters, so season 2 it is. This will be the oh, fuckity hell. Let me start over. I almost said ass. This is going to be the ass episode. No. I mean, kind of. But
ass,
no.
ass, it's an ass, it's an ass.
Oh my god. No, I always think of the musical One. Tits and ass. That one.
Yes.
Okay. And I am excited. This is season 2 fate. I've already read through this and did a practice run. I don't know why I'm having issues. I might have to smoke more weed.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me at least get through the intro.
Okay.
Okay.
You can do this.
You can do it all night long.
Do the vocal exercises, the watermelon.
No, we did the vocal exercises of Old Amber Brown is dead and gone, you'll never see him more. He used to wear an old gray coat top button down before. And then you get faster. Old Amber Brown is dead and gone, you'll never see him more. He used to wear an old gray coat top button down before. So I can still do that shit, but I use... Yes! Those are vocal exercises. Old Amber Brown is dead and gone, you'll never see him more. He used to wear an old gray coat top button down before. But it's all about pronunciation and shit. Alright. Well, I'm going to get through just the intro and then we'll go smoke a bowl.
You can do this.
Yes. Okay. Hi. Quick recap. I am the widow. Oh fuck. It's fine. I can edit this part. Quick recap. I am a widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic, and I'm a survivor. It says I did rewrite all this too, by the way. Quick recap. I'm a widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic, and I'm fuck. I'm having a hard time with them. Okay. Murphy's Law, but laughter has always been my part. Fuckity. I'm gonna get through it. Just the intro. Listen to me while other people talk at you. You can find my... fuck, I gotta redo that section because I don't like it. I'm almost done.
It'll be good.
No, we'll be fine. Okay. Alright.
I wasn't saying that to smoke, though. I was just saying that because it's almost 420. That's exciting.
I love 420.
It's a good time.
It is a great time. It's a great day. Oh my god, 420 on 420?
Yes.
My favorite 420 meme is the one with Forrest Whitaker, and they do one eye as 419 and the other eye as 420. So fuck up. Because he's got the lazy. Like you know who.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew which one it was. I never figured out which eye to look in. Never figured it out. No clue. Okay.
You can do this one.
Segment 14. I'm sorry, that was wrong. Why do we say losing our virginity? Oh god, I gotta start that over. I don't even know what word I said there. Did I combine Virginia and virginity? Somehow? The kicker is that I don't think there's many virgins in Virginia. Okay. Are there a bunch of virgins on the Virgin Island? That's false advertisement.
Is Richard Branson a virgin?
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Oh, because he owns Virgin Mobile. Oh my god, I don't even know. I was thinking of the guy from Top Gear. And his name's Richard Hammond. Oh. That's like, what does Top Gear have to do with virgins? I mean, I get that a lot of virgins, get deflowered in their cars, but I don't think that's... Oh my god. Okay. Segment... Okay, did you get it out? Did you get them? Okay. You totally do look like a librarian today.
Yes.
I love it. You need glasses. Oh, you have, that's right, you wear glasses. There. Could you please help me find a Jane Austen novel? Because that's what you look like. You know that section backwards and forwards.
Yes.
Oh, have you ever seen Austen Land?
No.
It's good. Carrie Russell, Jennifer Coolidge. It's a great movie. Yeah. Okay. Me? I'm like that rich, decadent meal. Not something you can eat every... Oh, fuck. Alright, itchy nose, and all I can think about is the fact that my nose itches. Segment 6. I want to re-record segment 5. Sorry. I do have an Why am I having such a hard time? I'm going to skip. I do have an unnaturally. Unnaturally is what I keep trying to say. Of an alcoholic here. Those with widows. Oh God, that was the wrong word. Called No Roots by Alice Merton, and that to be segment 8. I have thought about what I want, what I really want, what I really, really want. Now I'm gonna be singing Spice Girls. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Okay. Offering my time as Willow and Buffy the Vampire. Fuck. I'm gonna re-record this. Thank you to the supporters on this one. This wasn't my idea. I fucked it up again. Put a bra on for this shit. You better watch, please. You look like Library Barbie.
You're reading a little book with a little dog.
You do. You literally look like Library Barbie.
I'll take that. I like that.
This is why I keep calling you Cinderstella, is because you're a fucking princess.
Yes.
Between the two of us, I figured I'd be more likely to be the Jewish American princess, but you're a princess.